Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much. Let's get into this. So, as you can see, the name of this presentation, Mindset of a Seven-Figure Business Coach. Really what we're going to do is sort of, we'll call them Jedi mind tricks. Oh, there's not really any of those going on, but we'll call it that because it sounds kind of cool. In fact, you know what? Actually, I just want to share a couple of things. So just literally within the last couple minutes, I changed this slide, Mr. Croxford, given what he said earlier. So I actually had this up on my Facebook page. Somebody, put it as one of a, like a Canva image. And I saw it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like so good. So then Mark said, the problem that we tried to solve earlier. So if you all read my quote along the bottom, there's a swear word in there, so I won't read it out. But did you guys all relate to that on some level for sure? So again, just my saying, screw it up and then see what happens, right? So I literally changed that just on behalf of Mark, and not on behalf of Mark, on behalf of all of us. Like, let's just get her going. During the break here, two folks, Chuck's come up to me, and he said, Karl, you know what? I just put together this little 8-page or 13-page dealio, right? Which is effectively just taking some, some content from the website, like just, highlights of it. He said, look, in fact, Chuck, can you share with me what you just shared with me over the break real quick?
Just content from the web page. What I found is you send people to the web page, they're not going to look at it. Maybe a little bit here, a little bit there. But what I do is I identify a real client, one that wants to talk with me, not one that says, yeah, okay, glad to see you're helping business people. So I get the commitment from them, and then I give them that. I just picked these up. I think it was Monday. I was at a meeting. There was 5 business people there, and I had a handful of them in my briefcase. So I passed out 5. I had 2 people that came up to me at the end of the meeting and said, "We need to meet."
So to hand it out 5 times, 2 people say, "Look, let's sit down."
Yeah.
Hand it out 10 times, what would happen?
Double, triple. I mean, value of numbers.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you just knocked it together. You had no idea what was going to happen, right? You said, you know what, I might try this.
That's marketing. If you're throwing out crap on the wall, somebody has to.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That was way better worded. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're talking about, Chuck. Boy. It's a bit of a rundown of the. It's a bit of a rundown of the website. Like the Quick Start program. It's just little highlights.
Different. I mean,
yeah.
But I do have some of Adrian and Karl's quotes in there.
Yeah.
Wednesday phone call.
Oh, I love it. Flora, could you share with me what you just shared with me just a couple moments ago? Flora's actually. Could you tell them a little bit about yourself, real quick, and then?
I am a psychologist, and I have been knowing Adrian and Alan not for a long time, but I really was very impressed with the whole process, also Karl. And Alan was gracefully on the phone with me and giving me the sessions, meetings on the phone. And one day I said, Alan, how do I sign my clients? Can you show me? And he walked me through. And I said, okay, that's easy. That's really good. So next day I am sitting with my patients, and I see like 5, 6 patients a day, sometimes 8. And I picked a few of these patients that I thought they were interested in business enhancement and improving their businesses, because psychology and the psychology of letting go of all the feelings that blocks us from improving your business is always there. So I picked them up and I have been working with them, and I signed 4 of them just next day as I talked with Alan, and of course Karl has been helping me a lot. So I just wanted to let you know, when I was on the plane coming here, there were a couple sitting next to me, and they asked me what you do. And the minute somebody asks you what you do, they open the door for you to show your best, how you can help them. And when I said what I do, and they said, okay, well, I'm retired and I work for an insurance company, but I tell you what, we have nieces and nephews that they really can benefit from your business. They took my business card, and I have no doubt that they will call me. So always.
Yeah. So you just sort of started. You're pretty fresh with us, right? Like we were talking a couple months into it.
I'm very fresh. I'm practically very version.
Whoa, damn! You were supposed to say that earlier. And by the way, Flora, guys, again, if you get a chance to speak with her, I can tell you she's an incredibly intriguing young lady, and she is a very high. She is a psychologist at a very, very high level. She's got some unbelievable clients. So, but anywho, so thank you so much, Flora. That's literally in the last couple minutes, guys. Again, screw it up, see what happens. Just go out there and put this stuff out there. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing anyways, including all of us. So just go and then, Lord knows, right? Including this presentation. Let me know in a couple hours about my own performance. Okay, so guys, real quick, some conscious thinking habits. So look, here's a process. I call it CEP. Okay, so hands up if you've ever been to a presentation, something along these lines, where you've gone and you've learned a whole bunch, you've taken 1,000 notes, you've gone home and then you did nothing. Show of hands and say aye. Okay, why is that? So basically what happens is you sit in the room, you get it on a cognitive level, okay? So a cognitive understanding. So the X's and the O's, and quite frankly, all of us got this stuff long before we got here, right? So we'll go to the seminar, we get cognitive understanding. Nothing happens. We got to take it one level further. From my experience, I don't think very many people do. Now we need to get it on an emotional level. You could call this a why, something along those lines. But like, what is this? Like, what does it mean to you? Like handing out the brochures, what does it actually mean? And it could mean, look, I'm going to make an extra few bucks, or it could mean that I'm going to have the capacity to change this guy's life, right? So you need to get it on an emotional level as well. Take it one step further. So own it in your, own it in your mind. Now the third, the P stands for physical, which is now we need to own it in our body. Metaphor I love to give is that, like, hands up if you agree that we should probably all wake up 6 a.m. with all of the roosters, right? Hands up. Most of us agree with that? Okay, but do we? Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But what happens, like, if you decided that you wanted to wake up at 6 a.m. every single morning, on a cognitive level, pretty straightforward, correct? What do? Set an alarm. When the bell goes off, instead of rowing over hitting the snooze button, you jump in your shoes and you go, correct? Real simple. So then the question is, well, why? Well, it's going to make you more dough. It's going to allow you to go into different time zones, say with your coaching. In fact, and yeah, so like, with your coaching, you could call into the Eastern time zone, the Pacific time zone. You could call into Hawaii, so you could call flat out. We got folks from all over the world. As you can see, you can get clients in Australia and Ireland and you name the country, you can get them there. So all of a sudden, what is, waking up at 6 a.m., is it your physical body that you're going to go for a jog, and then all of a sudden what that's going to mean, like maybe add 10 years to your life and get to meet, spend more time with your grandkids on the other end? But on an emotional level, what does waking up at 6 a.m. or knocking on the doors, introducing yourself to somebody on the plane, what does it mean? Pretty straightforward, but own it in your mind, right? I got a saying, make your mind your bitch, right? How's that for one, right? So boom, all of a sudden own that, but now on a physical level, wake up and actually do it. Guys, if you wake up at 6 a.m. every single day for 30 days, what happens on day 31? Like there's no alarm clock needed, there's no nothing, correct? Boom. So on that, so taking it, so I encourage you, and let's help the others in the group and share with us. And if somebody was holding you accountable, do you think that might all of a sudden, like on an emotional level, now it's like, oh shit, he's going to phone, he's going to email. I don't want to let him down, because you do more for other things than you will yourself. So as a community, if we can share in this philosophy and say, well, look, and not only am I going to do this for myself, but I'm going to do it for somebody else. You help somebody else, and guess what happens? You end up doing it, for yourself, right? As a great example too, the kids got swimming class at 7 a.m., 6 a.m., what happens? Boom, you're up, shit, shower, shave, boom. You go look after the, you get the kids to where they need to be. It's your turn. You got to wake up at 6 a.m. to go for the jog, to do the homework, to make the clients, to call in a different time zone. What do you do on average? Roll over, hit the snooze button. Okay, so 3 levels: cognitive, emotional, and then physical. So what I'd like to do too, I want to throw it to you guys. No doubt you guys have heard this, but why are you a business coach? What I'd like to do, and very quickly, I just want to, this doesn't need to be some long-winded anything, but I would like to hear from each of you, and sorry, Ben, I'm going to start with you again, but if you guys could stand up and just tell me why you're a business coach, I'd love to know, and notwithstanding, I think the others would love to know, because if they're going to be able to support you, and they're going to be able to help you become accountable at the end of all of this on an emotional level, we'll be able to get further. So Ben, if you would you stand up and tell us why you became a business coach?
Well, for me, I think it's, I've always been entrepreneurial, and it's, I get like take something business and grow. Whether it's I learn from somebody else's, just see it happen.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Silver. Bill.
I've been coaching for the last 20 some odd years in some way, shape, or form, making a difference in people's lives on the ice hockey and other places. It's my heart. I get paid for it. I get paid handsomely, and they actually benefit way more than I do financially. That's why.
would have started even this moment. Had small business myself for 37 years, probably about them. And I see it as a way to use that knowledge for good rather than evil.
Yeah.
And also to,
Jedi mind trick.
I did about altruism too, and getting paid for it also.
Yeah, legendary. Awesome. Wayne, or James. Yeah.
Business coach, probably it's the only thing I've found that can do naturally.
Very cool.
Seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't,
Just in you.
it's no effort.
Yeah.
So, and it's fun.
Yeah. Very cool. Wayne.
In my case, it was an opportunity to do something I thought I would enjoy more than I'd done before. Although I've run businesses, so I could help other people run them.
Yeah. Love it.
In my experience in education, I came to believe that this is my highest possible contribution.
Yeah. Great.
You guys are also esoteric. For me, there's very few jobs like this that you can do from a small community. I live in a resort community of 12,000 people, and I can help people all over the world. I don't have to go overseas.
Yeah.
Love it. Get to live where I want to live. And
Yeah.
that's really
A
the
word.
word.
My passion is to inform, ignite, and empower business owners to be successful.
That was damn good. Good point.
Yeah, well, I basically can't stand seeing making products and services usually one-time customer or just not being marketed well, and so I just like seeing customers happy and doing well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't like the sight of blood. I don't know anybody here. And I got sick and tired of 95% of small businesses going out of business in the first 5 years and decided I need to do something about it.
Yeah. Peter's been an accountant for like 30 odd years. So he's seen it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry.
My skill set over the years has proven to me that I'm incapable of working for someone else. Because I have this philosophy that says if people are going to pay me large amounts of money to work for them, that becomes an obligation for me to tell them the truth. And when I tell them the truth, they tend to disagree with me. And they have the company and I don't, it tends to mean I don't work there anymore. In fact, I'm right. So I'm self-evident. So ultimately what I've got is this skill set that allows me to help other businesses. And although, and I say this to people quite freely, I don't like people very much, to be quite frank. I do love the getting paid in the currency I value. The currency I value is, at the end of the day, it's not so much getting the cash comes in, it's when you help someone and you change their lives. It's when you can see that the receptionist can pay their mortgage, or the guy who drives the truck, or the guy that you're helping, the business becomes better. Seeing that happen, have someone tell you that, thanks so much, this has really changed my business and my life. Like where were you 5 years ago? I'm sure you guys heard that. Where were you 3 or 4 years ago? Which I met you 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. That's what I do. And I can sit at home with mummies and make money.
You love getting around these.
Yeah.
It must be true, you're right.
No, I'm good.
You agree? You just concur?
Yeah.
Rick.
And for me, by education, I was a manufacturing engineer. I took many diversions through corporate America throughout my career and my lifetime. And for me, it's just kind of a way of getting back to those roots, because what I did as a manufacturing engineer was look at things on paper, 2D blueprints, and build a tangible product at the end of the day. And today, that's what I'd like to do with businesses, be able to take businesses, look at them on paper, look at them, and assess them, and put it back together in a more efficient, more expedient manner.
Run up and help people put cash in their bank accounts, and I'm also passionate about where people are what I call it buried treasure. So they've got something really valuable, but no one knows about it. So it's really helpful to do that.
Beautiful product. Yeah.
Well, I started my businesses at a very young age. I've been in the industries of hospitality, restaurants, construction, land development, things like this. And so I was very blessed with good mentors. And it's a way, now coaching is just a very natural way of giving back to entrepreneurs and giving them the tools that
You know, yes, we all are here because we want to help people. That's probably the overarching reason why we're here. But my very selfish reason is I want to build a business that suits me.
Yeah.
Because I've built businesses that suit other people, and they are great, but they kill me. So now I want to build a business that suits me in terms of time, how much effort I have to put in, and so on. So that's why I'm doing coaching, because I think it's the right model.
Yes, I agree. Beautiful, that's great. All right.
Okay, so I have been in my practice for 59 years, and I realized that most people are suffering because of limited ideas and belief system, and also lack of knowing that they have choices. If I am able to help them to feel free and be expanded in that area, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially, then I have had all the pieces together. And I think this business coaching was a missing link in my practice. I'm extremely happy and really thrilled to know that I can add this and help people a lot more than.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit like Peter. I'm a chartered accountant for 30 years, and I got sick and tired of watching businesses go away, create this, come back, and then clean it up, go away, create this, come back, and then clean it up. So now I'm actually doing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What an accountant really should do is coach businesses, and now as a coach, I'm doing my passion rather than just doing a job. That's what I was doing before.
Beautiful. Okay.
Hello, my mom was a school teacher, and my dad was in sales and later owned his business, so I'm a natural combination of the two. I love to teach, but most of all, my mom always complained. Anyone here know a school teacher? What's the number one thing they always complain about? Oh. My mom always complained that she never got paid. That, oh, you know, basketball players make millions of dollars, school teachers are so important and don't make any money, so you can't make any money teaching. So, you know, I believed that growing up. And then later on, when I became a business coach, I tried to explain to my mom, good luck with that one, that it depends who you're teaching and what you're teaching. I teach, and I make a crap load of money. So I love teaching, but I also like making a crap load of money. So the more people I can help, the right people. I'm not teaching in a public school 6-year-olds with no money. I'm teaching people how to make millions of dollars. I get to make a lot of money. So that's my home.
Good job.
I guess I'm going to be very selfish, and I get a real buzz when someone comes in to see you, they've got their shoulders bowed, weight of the world on their heads, and you talk to them, get them to create an unlimited vision, and they walk out head held high, shoulders back, ready to face the world.
Beautiful. Love it.
I guess most of my rationale has been covered by other people in various degrees, but when I morphed into doing this from what I had been doing about 7 or 8 years ago, I suddenly realised, one, I was playing to my innate strengths, and two, I found my purpose. Which is why I've been like doing so funny on steroids ever since.
Steroids, I like it.
Echo the sentiments that most of you have already said. I actually like Philip about being too politically correct, I think. Like, I could really say it in an incorrect political manner, I won't. It comes down to values, and I've been talking to Karl about a few things offline, and I think it's helping others helps me. You know, that's all it comes down to.
Yeah. Love it. Great.
Interesting. I had a very strange upbringing in a very negative household. And I was constantly reminded of what I would never be. So I fought that. I had 3 other brothers, African brothers. And I probably had achieved way more than they ever had. And as I was growing, I never had anyone to go to for advice, never had anyone to talk to. So it was very, very painful and difficult. So I promised myself my whole life to help people. And what I have found is the more people I help, the more I'm getting. So I'm giving and I'm receiving, and that's a good relationship.
Beautiful. Wow.
In 2006, I went to work for a IT company in the Boston area. And after about 6 months, I realized they were too far gone. to help. And they ended up letting all of us high-priced sales, project management, techie types go. And I got to looking around, and that quote you had up there, business owners don't have a clue, and that is exactly right. I looked around and I saw that, so I said, you know, I can help them. So that's what I started doing. And then in 2012, I started looking around and I found out that being a veteran, there are a lot of veterans out there who can't find a job. And because of that, they want to start a business, but they don't know how. So by doing what I do for private companies allows me to help veterans for free. I don't charge them a penny.
I have a lot of the same, but I have a kind of a simple philosophy: those that can do, those that can't should coach. Yeah.
Oh, Rod.
So over the years, I've developed a high level of competence in a lot of business areas, but I developed that because as I worked at different places, they got my best till I got bored. And so the best thing when you get bored is I always want to give my best. I think you should overfill your place. And as a coach, I get small amounts of time where they get my very best. They get more than they pay for every time. But if I'm an employee of that company, they're going to get that for the same amount of hours and pay me for the whole year. And so for me, it fills that. It allows me to try a lot of different things, to have lots of new experiences that help me to grow, but they always get more than my best.
Love it.
Everybody said everything at this point. Basically, I started my CPA practice when I was 27. By the time I was 40, I was really bored and it was stale. And I just couldn't figure it out. Then I finally figured out what everybody's saying is my job wasn't to do taxes or financial statements or accounting. My job was to help people. And when I realized that, it really reinvigorated what I was doing. And now I'm to the retirement stage. And since I have a AAA personality, I can't just stop. So,
AAA. You're serious. On steroids.
Ask my daughter. I just can't stop. So I figured to get back to everything that I've learned from my clients over the last 45 years is to go and be a coach until I can't think anymore, and they put me out in the field. But it's my way of giving back, number one, and number two, it's a way to work, not because I have to, but because I love to, and I'm helping people.
I think you said a minute ago, everything had already been said.
Well, I repeat myself.
That was insanely, that was fantastic. And the AAA. I'm stealing the AAA. That's beautiful. Joe.
I've been running a business for 21 years. I have a big technical background. I help a lot of companies, whether it's with their accounting systems or so forth. My wife's CPA, so we also do CRM systems, Zoho, React, Fusionsoft. And what I've always found is they look like they're successful, but then I find out they don't have a clue. And when I say to them, or I'll say to them, how do you get your message out? I'm looking at a deer in headlights. Okay, they don't know what to say, how to do it, and that's really where I've always wanted to be, and that's why I like my coaching, because then I see them grow, I see them get results. As an example, I have one company, I finally convinced him he's going to do email marketing. He picked up 7 major accounts within the first 3 weeks, and that was because I did it. I finally convinced him after a year, and that makes me feel great. And that's what I like about being a coach.
Well done. Rainmaker.
I got into this business in a different way. I started out in construction and property management, and I found a lot of the clients that I had simply met that on the board there. And from a lifestyle point of view, back in '92 when I opened my business, out of necessity, I was a single dad and I needed something that I could be there for the kids. And, so some of my clients came up to me and asked me to help them. So before I knew it, I was a coach. And I've been doing this since 1992 now. But
It matters. It gives me the financial freedom and the lifestyle freedom, as young lady was saying there. So I can work where I want, when I want.
Beautiful.
People don't know I'm in Cancun.
Yeah, don't tell 'em.